Hello, followers. Me, finally doing this video. I guess the reason I've been putting it off is because I'm really uncomfortable. I'm awkward. So there's that. Also, I'm usually preoccupied, like I'm watching Parks and Rec while I'm doing this, or I'm texting my fiance, or playing with the cats, or somewhere. Anyways, let's put the show on the road. I'm going to start the first question, and that is from the Ultimate Overlord, and it reads, if I were to use autistic as shorthand for overweight, greasy, badly shaven nerd of a series I don't like that has zero social skills and will never get laid and has terrible taste and no sense of class or decency, would that be ableism? Would it be ableism? That's the question. No, because you're not actively oppressing someone. Like, it's kind of a dick thing to do, but when did I ever care about that? But, yeah, no, it's not ableism, it's not prejudice. The fact of the matter is, people with autism are on all different parts of the spectrum, and they're all different kinds of people. You have really high-functioning people with autism, and you have people that, like, stim out all the time and can't handle anything. I think the more proper term, if you were going to describe somebody like that, would be to call them an aspie. So I wouldn't straight call them an autist. Anyways, next, Anonymous asked me, why does gender change the personality of a character? In my opinion, it really doesn't, and that's probably because I myself am female and have a lot of really masculine tendencies. So there's that. But in a lot of people's minds, gender would change the personality of a character because when you're a different gender, you have different socialization to go through. I see the validity in that, but I don't think it really fundamentally changes the personality. It's just going to change the way you look at things. So there's that. Okay. Sure. Next. Oh no. And next, Corroded Copper asked me to rant about Tumblr's echo chamber / lack of critical analysis. Okay, this is pretty fair. This is interesting. For those of you that don't know, an echo chamber is basically where you have a group of people that are all talking about the same thing, and it's just different permutations of the same idea bounced off of everybody. So there's that. An echo chamber, people who are in one tend to think that they're actually having a discourse and doing something. But in reality, to anybody outside of it, it's just this like cacophonous bullshit. So obviously, we have that on Tumblr. Even my own blog and us in general as a group are kind of our own little echo chamber. Except the difference between ours and theirs is that they lack critical thinking. So I mean, you really have to pick an operational definition of critical thinking for this one too. To me, critical thinking would be, applying facts, reason, skepticism, and trying to eliminate as many cognitive biases as you possibly can from your argument, which I try to do. I don't know if you saw my shit with like brash black non-believer and how everybody got on my dick about it, but basically I rescinded one of my statements because it turns out that the posts they were getting hate on weren't tagged. So in that instance, I went in and I was like, well, maybe you shouldn't tag your things, just trying to be genuinely helpful. The posts that they're getting hate on aren't tagged. My advice wasn't really valid. It wasn't applicable. That's the word, applicable. It was very valid advice, but it wasn't applicable. So I went back on that, and I apologized, and, there's that. I was wrong. And that's part of being critical, and that's part of being overall correct. But a lot of people, when faced with facts, will actually turn back on their beliefs, and it will make them stronger, and this is another example of lack of critical thinking. Now, what do I think about this? Well, I fucking hate it, and I hate everybody that does it. And I think you can tell by the look on my face and the tone of my voice exactly what that entails. and I don't really have to elaborate like I would with a text answer. Okay, so next, Croward Cranium asked me, I hate seeing fat people in public. As a previously fat person, 85 kilograms to 70-ish, I cannot start to understand how people can let themselves go. I don't understand anything to do with eat until full, health at every size, etc. The level of willful scientific ignorance makes me want to run through these heaving, flabby crowds at the mall with a flamethrower. So, what makes you want to run through a group of people with fire? First of all, that image was just, that was beautiful. It truly touched me. But what makes me want to run through a group of people with fire? Well, I don't know if this counts, but when I'm in traffic, I wish I had a shotgun. That's pretty evident. I'm just gonna grab this little bastard. Okay. Let's see. I wish I had a shotgun when I was going through traffic, because nobody can fucking drive, ever. I want to run through a group of people with fire when I see people out with a bunch of kids and they're letting them run around. That's pretty fucking terrible. I hate that more than anything. I hate kids. So, and you know, you'd think that would be really counterproductive, considering like my first job was like a summer camp counselor. I worked in childcare for 3 years. I ran a rock wall where we had a lot of kids. I'm a portrait photographer for like little kids now. I fucking hate them. Can't stand them. There's some kids every so often that are really great, and I'm just like, oh man, you're such an awesome kid. But at the root of the issue, kids are just kind of like retarded adults. They also freak me out because they're in proportion, but they're smaller, and it's just weird. I don't like them. That was a tangent. Other things that make me want to run through groups of people with fire. Groups of slow walkers. Can't fucking stand them. Being on Hawthorne Avenue in Portland for too long makes me want to run through a group of people with fire, because hipsters everywhere. It's the worst. Let's see, my fiance and I went to Saturday Market here in Portland, which is this thing where, I don't know exactly what like cross streets it's at. They use cross streets in Portland. That's a Phoenix thing that I guess I picked up. But it's like right off the Max, near the riverfront, I guess, almost to PSU. And it's a bunch of people just getting together, selling their shit. Normally, I love shit like this. Like, I love handmade stuff. I love unique stuff. I love local artists. From the comfort of my couch. I love Etsy. It's my godsend. But I hate going out. I hate shopping more than anything. I get, like, panic attacks when I go shopping, so. Not full-blown panic attacks, but I do get a little claustrophobic and a little, like, hard to breathe, and it's pretty unfortunate. But anyways, this thing is just filled to the fucking brim with hippies. Fucking hippies everywhere. And, like, I also kind of like hippies. Like, I really like acid. I really like shrooms. Fucking hate hippies. More than anything. Except for the hippies that you find in Sedona, Arizona that are, like, 70 years old. And they believe that it's the center of the universe, because those people are fucking amazing. But yeah, Saturday Market made me just want to torch the whole fucking thing. Too much bad-smelling Nag Champa. Too many terrible dreadlocks. And, I never thought I'd say this, but there was too much weed smoke in one area. I couldn't breathe at all. And blaze at 420, faggot. Smoke weed every day. Couldn't stand it. Hated it. Other things that make me want to burn people down. Security lines at airports. They're the worst. I grew up around the beach in Virginia, so I fucking hate tourists. Also, growing up in Virginia, I went to D.C. a lot, so, like, tourists make me want to kill everything. I guess it really didn't help since I moved to 2 different capital cities after I left Virginia, because I moved to Phoenix and I moved to Portland. What a good idea, right? Other things that make me want to kill people. You know, I think it would be easier to make a list of things that don't make me want to kill people. And things that don't make me want to kill people are things like... You know what, I'll get back to that. Alright, so James Von Russell asked me, Assuming you play video games, who would win in a fight, Master Chief or the Dragonborn? And to this, I think I can, with great conviction, say the Dragonborn. Okay, next person. Anonymous asked me, who is your least favorite social justice warrior you've ever encountered on Tumblr besides Riley, and why? Okay. Well, Riley is just so fucking crazy, I don't even bother. I had a lot of questions about Riley, but I don't go to their blog. Like, ever. Like, unless there's something of note, like, unless, like, Princess fucking Privilege gets into it, or, like, anybody else, I don't touch that with a 9.5-foot pole. It's, like, past my realm of understanding. I lose my ability to can when I look at Riley. Can't do it. Mm-mm. But my least favorite social justice warriors, there are probably two. Anyways, and those are Gender Bitch and the pseudo-artist formerly known as Banshee Bitch and All Dolls Down, but currently goes by Recovery Artist. I feel like she's like a fat prince, but I digress. Normally I'm not all about like ragging on somebody for anything, but this girl, yeah. I was gonna say something, but then I had to stop myself because like I'm all about taking the high road, you know? Even though I'm totally not, in case you can't tell, like, on the inside, I'm just like, I hate you. But I would never actively, like, make fun of somebody for their size, or what they look like, or, like, what they're interested in. I would never actively tell someone to go die, but we're all lying to ourselves if we never wish that on somebody on the inside. Anyways. Why do I not like these people? I don't like Gender Bitch because she's terrible at swearing. Terrible. Like, she throws out expletives and smushes them together like that works, and she just desecrates the form of art known as swearing. And this is coming from somebody who was raised by a sailor and has dated a sailor in the past and currently dates a working class, like, shipping dude. So there's that. That's really superficial, though. I don't like her because she's violently angry, and it makes her seem like she's a 2-year-old having a temper tantrum. I don't like her because she doesn't use her brain at all. Like, I honestly think that she just slams her face down on a keyboard and words come out. I don't even think she, like, tries to make sentences. I think it just, like, accidentally happens. And let's give a fourth reason why I don't like her, just so it's, like, nice and round. Let's see, there's so many things to choose from. You ever have those moments where you're trying to think of things that you don't like, or, like, you're trying to just think of a list of things, but there's so many things, they actually get all clogged up in your brain? That's kind of what I'm running into with these people. You know? No. I'm really sorry about this. Like, I don't write, like, scripts or anything, because I feel like I just talk better. Anyways, fourth thing I don't like about her. I don't like how much she throws around the word transmisogyny, because it's fucking dumb. I hate that word. I hate it. I hate it more than anything. Actually, no, I don't. I don't hate it more than anything, because I hate a lot of things. No, recovery artist, Banshee Bitch. I would call her something else, but I don't do that publicly. That's like Google Plus privilege. Anyways, I don't like her because, number one, my first encounter with her ever was back in August, where I had just come across cultural appropriation, and I asked her about it, like, respectfully, like, what it was, and she jumped down my white devil throat. And I don't know, she kind of just makes me want to start running around screaming, be a man, join the Klan. Like, that's kind of how she makes me feel, except I don't actually believe in that, because nobody should join the Ku Klux Klan. Ever. But she's insane. She has obviously self-diagnosed herself, because you can't get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in the United States before the age of 18. It's not, like, legally, you can't be diagnosed. Recently, I have a phone call from my fiance. It's just gonna have to go for a bit. Like my Dr. Who ringtone? Yeah. Anyways, recently she's said that, like, she's had suicide attempts. And no, I'm not one to doubt or trivialize anybody's depression or self-harm, but if you overdose, even if there's a hurricane going on, they keep you at the ER for a day. They keep you there overnight to get your stomach pumped or all that. Even if you don't have to get your stomach pumped, you're held for observation for 24 hours because you just tried to kill yourself. So, I'm going to have to call bullshit. Also, he won't stop calling me. Oh well. I don't like her because she's a petulant little child. She fucking bitches and moans and screams about everything. I just can't respect her. She wishes death on people, vocally. There's a big difference between me and her in that. The only time I ever wish death on somebody is when I'm in traffic behind them. I hate them. I wish they would crash into a barrier. But, oh well. And let's see, what else do I like her? She has terrible taste in fashion, personally. Like, I look at the things that she wears, and I'm just like, why would you do that? That's really unfortunate. And, like, here I am sitting in my fucking yoga pants, but I also don't have to go to work today, so, like, woohoo, house time! The only reason I put on clothes is to do a video. Yeah. If you want, like, if you think that we should wear clothes when we go out in public, you're part of the problem. So yeah, I just don't like anything about her. She's a completely repulsive person. She's a child. I hate children. And she purports herself like an adult and then hides behind the fact that she's 17 when you call her out on her shit. So, yeah, I hate her. The next thing that I got was, OMFG, don't call us faggots. That's offensive, from Anonymous. Deal with it, nerd. Let's see. And then Politics and Hand Grenades asked me to do that thing about natalist society. And that thing would be my rant about it. That's the only ism that I really like get into, and it's because there's this thing called natalism in modern society, where women are still assumed to want to have kids. No matter what, it's like life-fulfilling, apparently. You're not a real adult until you have kids, and you're always going to change your mind, and your decision to have kids is based on your man. That's really all I have to say to that. As I've said many times in this video, I fucking hate kids. I hate them. I don't like the idea of being pregnant at all, since I'm chronically ill, and also it's goddamn disgusting. The idea of having something grow inside of me, like a little parasite, like I always joke that I have a tapeworm because I've drank like tap water in rural China, so I probably have a tapeworm. And that's okay, I guess, because he keeps me skinny. But babies do the opposite thing, so it's like all of the shitty things about having a tapeworm with none of the benefit, and it's gross. And also, apparently, you can feel them move inside of you when they get bigger, and ugh, no thank you. That's gross. It's not happening. Yeah, it's not happening. But there's this overwhelming prejudice against women that don't want to have kids. I can't get my tubes tied. Even though I pay my taxes, I've been paying taxes for the past 4 years. I have health insurance. I pay my health insurance premium. I pay my co-pays. I can vote. I can get married. I can own a weapon. I can join the military and die for my country, but I can't get my tubes tied. I can choose to put my life at risk, but I can't get my tubes tied. And you know what? I don't really think that needs any explanation about how fucked that is. And then my last question that I got was from Fat White Prick, and he wants to hear my personal interpretation of the metamorphosis. Oh wait, I just got another one. My personal interpretation. Hold on. Sorry. Alright, my personal interpretation of the metamorphosis is that Gregor Samsa represents the vermin in all of us. He's just like going about his life, doing the daily grind, trying to make his life better for his family, and it's fucking futile because everything in this world is futile, and that's exactly what Franz Kafka is trying to tell us, and you should take it to heart. Because everything's futile and nothing means anything. We're all fucking vermin, we're ruled by our animal instincts, but we try to suppress them, and in the end, it doesn't mean jack shit. So that's like my TLDR dissection of the metamorphosis. That White Prick, if you want more, I'll make like a separate text post, but if I were to go on and on about it, this video would be another 20 minutes long, and I'm already at 21. So my last question is from Cut Petals, and she asked, what's my opinion on meeting people over the internet? Obviously, I've had a positive experience with Princess and TNOS, but I've always been kind of wary. I guess I've always had the, ooh, they might be a predator drilled into me and my parents. Anyways, that wasn't really a question, lol. First of all, I haven't actually met either of them yet, which is really uncomfortable. TNOS is coming over to my apartment on Saturday. Yeah, day after tomorrow. She's gonna be here. I'm really excited. But we just Google Plus every night. If you want my opinion on meeting people over the internet, I'm engaged with somebody I met on the internet. So, there's that. I don't know. I didn't meet my fiance in person until I moved in with him, which I guess a lot of people say is really risky, but we Skyped for like years, and honestly, I just knew. But there's that. I've also had like a one-night stand with somebody I met off the internet, which is kind of trashy, but whatever. Everybody does it once. I was in college. And I met somebody off FetLife, which is like Facebook for BDSM people, when I lived in Phoenix. He's 36, and we're bros. Like, I just met up with him at a coffee shop in Tempe, Arizona, and we just chilled. And now we're like Twitter buddies and stuff like that. So there's that. Other people I've met off of the internet. I've met a lot of people off the internet, so I don't really have any qualms with it. I feel like you have to take certain precautions. Like, you should Skype with the person first to like put a face to the name. When you meet somebody off of the internet for the first time, always let somebody know where you're going. When I moved up here to Portland, even though I trusted Jared 100% completely, I still let my friends in Phoenix know his address, where I was flying into, what times my flights were. Because even though I trusted him, what if something happened in the airport and he needed to get a hold of me, they would know his address, send him a letter, or give him a call. I gave him his phone number. You just also have somebody to go with you, or meet in a public place if you don't have somebody to go with you. When I met my friend Todd from FetLife, the 36-year-old dude, my ex Tom went with me. And he just kind of hung out with us. It was cool. He ended up playing chess with somebody at the coffee place because he wasn't into what we were talking about. But when I met that dude for a one-night stand, I met him on ASU campus. ASU. Yeah, fuck that. I hate ASU. But I met him on campus, and you know, it was a well-lit public area. Couldn't miss him because he was fucking 6'11", but whatever. Yeah, so go for it. Meet people off the internet, but take precautions. Anyways, I'm just gonna do one last check to see if I got any more questions from you guys. I probably don't. Nope. Okay, so this has been a video, and I'll catch you guys later.